Indie Roundtable Radio Show, hosted by True Allah and Anthony Johnson, each and every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Call in now at 1-800-975-5124, extension 712. Listen live on CityBuzzRadio.com, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify.
Welcome, we live. Another edition of the Indie Roundtable. Live from Chasmo's Bar and Grill, 819 Hamden, Connecticut. I am your host, True Allah, with my partner, Anthony from Indie Black Films. Peace, God.
Peace. What's up, True?
Hey, man, it's the same old stick. Let's just make it happen. Live as a 45 and doing what we do, King.
All right, man. Tonight we got a special episode. You know, we coming out live. We got a couple. We got a good pitch session with a lot of screenwriters, and we have a special comedian coming up also. So tonight's gonna be good. Let's get it cracking. Sharon, you there? Can you hear me? Let's see if we can hear you. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. All right. What's up, man? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Sean Lever. I'm 27 years old. I'm a published author, poet. I make music, mostly hip hop and R&B. I'm an inspired director, writer. I do voiceover work on my own YouTube channel. I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
Okay. You said okay. So what? So you do? You got a YouTube channel? You do music? All right. Which one are you focusing on right now?
I'm mostly focused on the film side, more than the music side right now. Cause I love writing. I love creating something new and getting my show going on my YouTube channel. I get positive feedback. I upload new videos every day.
Okay. Got you. All right, man. So look, you have you have something you wanted to pitch today, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna give you a little bit of time to go ahead and get cracking. All right. So look, what we have here today is the screenwriters that come through. We're going to have the people that's listening and our callers today to decide who has the best pitch. Whoever has the best pitch, I'm going to pick the top 3, and we're going to actually send them to the screen, a literary manager. We had the literary manager that we had on about 3 episodes ago. Again, as we know, literary agents don't take unsolicited material. Almost nobody takes unsolicited material, but he allowed us to be able to submit to them as long as we found, material that was good. So I touched base with him, said we're going to have a pitch contest. He said that's a great idea. And as the winners, you'll get your chance to actually get representation and be able to script. So that's basically what it is. So, all right. So tell us a little bit about the film you're talking about and why we should actually pick this one.
Yeah, it's a TV pilot that I written called The Block. And The Block is basically about a young black man named Pat. His late teens trying to grow up into a world of hardship, knowing that his parents is divorced and his mom married a Jamaican. And him and his Jamaican stepfather don't see eye to eye. And it's just about going through the life of a young black man in the world that we live in, because you don't really see too many black shows anymore. I think the most, and it's an animation show too. And the last time you really seen a black animation show that was for the black community was the Boondocks. So you got a lot of animation shows like Family Guy, Rick and Morty, but you never see nothing that attack the concept of what young black men go through, divorce, and no stepfather in the house.
Okay, somebody's speaking right now.
It's something that I've written, that I love, that I just want to touch topic on and stand on in a show by show basis.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so in what genre would you say that is?
Animation comedy.
You said it's more like an animation comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny side of it.
All right, well, so getting into it, just to say, have you tried, how much you think you would need if you were to shoot it yourself? What do you think a little budget you would need to do that? Just in case we do find some investors that's listening that might be interested in also investing in it.
You don't sound too sure, brother.
Well, just a rough estimate. We know you're not a line producer or anything like that. Yeah, you know you ain't a line producer or nothing like that. So, you said how much?
I think probably like 200 to 500,000 because the animation show, so it will take some good money. My budget range right now, so I like to get everything.
Okay. Do you have any like voiceover people or anything that you have seen that you see people playing it or something? Or what's some of the ideas you have for this report?
Oh, I got my own people that do it with me. Like they some young actors that try to make a name for themselves, and they good people. I trust them a lot. Every time I ask them something to do with me to do an episode, they come through and we knock it out the park. And those people I can count on to do the show with me. And I would love to have special guests from big name people in the industry to step on the show, put his voice to work on a great animation.
Okay. And being an independent filmmaker yourself, what's some of the problems you've been running through? Like, what's some of the biggest pain points? Like, if you could get help, what do you need?
I just need like investors, like just investors to help me start the money and help me get it moving. That's all I really need.
Okay. So you open for an investor, or you're also open for maybe a literary manager or something, huh?
Yes.
Which way would you lean if you had a choice?
I think on a literary manager, he would probably open the door more to get me into investors, different types of investors. So I think that's probably the best way to go.
Okay. Could you see yourself being just a writer? Are you more working on your own projects? So like you trying to work on projects that, you know, you wrote, produced, directed, or you want to be like a writer so then you could work at Lionsgate or you can work at one of these places and come in and be like a rewriter? Like which one do you think resonates with you more?
I'm more like on my project, like I've written more than I have another TV project, another film. I got like a lot of ideas I want to do, so it's like mostly on my own project. It's like a pilot page where it's myself moving. And I would love to let other people movies or party or another show or like TV show. I would love to do that with the Lionsgate, rewrite something. But right now it's like mostly on my project.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like a good project. Like I said, we only have a couple that's actually going to pitch. So you won in one of the finalists. So you actually got a good chance of either, regardless, even if you don't win, for me to actually, you know, be able to touch base with him and introduce you with him. I can't promise you, especially if you don't win, I can't promise you that he'll definitely sell anything for you. But I can promise you get the chance. Again, like, You know, people might have got Puff Daddy signed or Diddy signed. Yeah, I might have got fucking Shine signed, but I can't say what I can do for you until you go in there. I can put, I can open the door for you, but you the one that got to go in there and knock them off stage, knock it down. So, yeah, so that... Okay. Nah, man, that's good. So look, we're gonna go ahead and let it rock. I'll probably end up bringing you back later, but we are gonna have to vote, and you're one of the ones as far as because some of the people that are gonna be interviewed, they might not actually be in the test, but you're actually one of the ones. So again, just give us a quick log line of what you were doing as far as give us a quick log line of the project that you're pitching, so that everybody that's listening on the radio can have a chance to either invest or they're gonna vote also too.
Alright, the log line is the love is the adventure of a young man navigating through life who also try to cope with the times of life while having to deal with the major stepfather.
Okay, man. All right, dog. We're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. We're gonna move to the next guest. Thank you for being on here. And go ahead. Man, no problem. No, man. We really like to see people, that actually put their money where their mouth is, put that time and dedication. It's not about the money, but it's about the effort, and some people want something for nothing, so, it's sometimes it's a grind. So what we'll do is, I'll touch base with you after. Of course, we're going to announce the winner. We'll actually probably announce the winner because we want to let the people that's actually listening to the radio station, I have a place that they can actually vote, and then I'll give the winner tonight. We'll crown the winner tonight, and I'll let you know. And I'll let you know either way. Is that okay? Whether you win or you're not. All right?
All
right, man. Peace. I'll talk to you soon too. All right. Good luck.
Ella.
Hey, True. Hey, Anthony. How you doing?
Peace. We doing good, and yourself?
Doing good. I'll say my buzzword. I'm Concasting from the Con Show on TV. My project. You were Concasting. Excited about tonight's contest?
Yeah.
This is a comedy contest, too.
Yeah.
It's a live stream. Yeah, it would have been an OBS.
You're doing it.
What's up, Ella?
Doing all right. It's here in New York City. We're getting so excited. We're ready for a live event that we're going to be doing on Monday, September 20th, here in Astoria, Queens. Bringing together some of our best comedy and also music and magic. Because we do a variety show here.
Okay. You said it's Monday?
It's Monday the 20th. Not this Monday, but the next Monday.
Okay.
Yep.
So you got all of you guys? Well, all of you guys from the Kong Show, or is it just you guys? Is it you and your husband, or is it the whole team?
Oh, my co-producer was also my husband, Hal, Chucky Baby Leonard. He's going to be co-hosting along with me. And my persona, my alter ego, Miss D with the Z. And it's sketch comedy and variety. We have a selection of some of our sketch comedy people. They're like Saturday Night Live, but it's actually live on a Monday night. We have Andy Lackman, Tammy Peterson, Wesley Williams. They're like local performers that are known here. Tammy's actually an artist. Andy Lackman is with another sketch comedy group. We're going to have a comedian, Hurricane Sandy. But she goes by the name Hurricane. And we have Jean Kim, who's also a political activist. She's also a stand-up. And then we have Omar Illusion. You can see online on Saturdays. We have a show, a virtual interactive magic show that you can actually come in and be a magician, like a magician's assistant in Omar Illusion's virtual interactive magic show, but he's coming to us live. And we have Harvey Leona, who's going to have his own, he's a young artist who's starting his own record label. So we have like a really great group that's going to be performing.
Okay, great. And so, that's great. So everybody that's listening, make sure if you're in the New York area, make sure you go check that out, right?
Yeah. That's 3308 Street, which is on Broadway. Astoria's Broadway. Astoria Place. 3308 Broadway.
Okay. Well, you had a show maybe last week or something, right? Like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. How did that comedy show go?
Oh, that was awesome. That was the show that was at the Aloha, the Luxor Suites. I think Drew went there. Drew, I don't know if you met with Serena and Dennis. They are they're the event directors there. At Aloha, which is on Story Boulevard South. Queen.
Yeah. Because I think it was there. Yeah, because she came on. She actually was able to come on the show one of our episodes.
Yeah, she came on the show. You know, Serena has done like an Access Hollywood type show. Oh my gosh, she is gorgeous, and I think she did for a while a show that was like Access Hollywood, but it was more like she had she's met so many incredible performers, and now she's making Aloha. Her and Dennis, they are making Aloha the destination spot to come for some of the most talented upcoming comedians and also variety performers to travel in. I think they had a woman coming in from Philadelphia called Dirty Flowers, which is incredible. She got a whole fan base, and you can find her on Instagram. They had people like, even like from the circus, like a contortionist. You come there, you're going to be amazed. That's Aloha on Astoria Boulevard. The Luxor Suites is the name that the event goes under. They have an open mic, so they also are looking out for new talent. And they also have Stage High Comedy, which is their 420 show. It's their 420 friendly show. So it's just incredible performance that they have, that they're bringing, that they're having come to New York, come to Astoria. So there's a new destination spot. And they have something. They have several shows going on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're also an event thing, so it'll be great if you want to do your next contest there. Think about it.
You said maybe do the next contest there?
Yeah, the space itself is beautiful. They have like chandeliers, really comfy cushions to sit on for VIP lounge space. New bars, a bar in the front, a bar in the back. They have the DJ. It is a nice space to hold an event. Just definitely consider holding your next contest there.
Okay. Like always, we love talking to you and love you calling in. I mean, is there anything else that you would like to go ahead and, tell everybody about?
Oh, Live1.tv, which is also here in Astoria. We're popping with talent. Live1.tv can have like all of your video editing needs, your reel, your light sound check, and they're also right here in Astoria. Live1.tv, check them out. And the studio itself is on Astoria Boulevard as well. So I'm just saying, hey, Astoria is awesome. We have so many shows going on here. We have some really talented people. And hey, if you want to film something here, or even do a photo shoot, Live1.tv is the place to be. I know you guys were doing the pictures for the different shows, because we also have not only the live show, we have the sketch comedy variety sitcom. I think we did even a picture for you for that. You were asking for log lines of projects. I can definitely tell you that if you want to hear what's also on TV, the online sitcom. It's a show within a show. It takes pieces from our live show and puts them into a show that happens at a TV station. The TV station is fictional. The performers are real performers. It's really awesome. From New York, or you can invite to perform at your next event.
All right, I hope you enjoy the show. We got another caller, so at this time, we'll be getting back in tune with you. But right now, we have another caller, so enjoy the show.
Okay, I'll enjoy the show.
All right, thank you.
All right, caller, go ahead and state your name and then tell them a little about yourself.
All right, my name is, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You know, like, my name is Calvin Emmanuel Harmon, but everybody calls me Chunk. I am a spoken word artist, writer, author, all-around curator, and more importantly, screenwriter. I've been independently getting myself established on the
All right, give me 1 minute. Caller is speaking. I'll plug you in a minute. I'll let you listen to the show now.
And I wanted to have an possibility of pitching my screenplay as well as my web series. You know, I have a lot of ideas about telling our story from a black perspective, and I want to be a part of that movement that tells our story in its authenticity.
Yeah. Okay. So when did you first, like, how did you get started?
Unfortunately, like most young black men in this place we call America, I was inducted to the system early. So while on the bed, I discovered I had a passion for writing and telling stories, which really was developed when I was younger in Chelsea. I had a creative writing class, and I saw I had a little ability then, and then while I was incarcerated, I started telling these stories from my head and putting them on paper. And as I was writing, I started studying writers, James Patterson, Stephen King, David Brown, Eric Jerome, Omar Tyree, and I just started, studying at a high school.
He is Mr. 441 himself. We don't punt on our blocks, so D up. City Buzz is in the house. True Allah, X-Reed in the fam. Get him, dog.
Empowered and inspired by people background, by black people who have contributed to the storytelling of our stories, not necessarily Hollywood, which is the reason why, I kind of love independent web series and things. To really tell our stories from our perspective.
Okay. All right, so like what I asked everybody is, as being a black screenwriter and filmmaker, what is some of the biggest pain points you're running into? Like, what's your biggest problem if you could get help?
If I could get help, it's getting my work into the hands of people who want to read something genuine, original, authentic, and not a carbon copy of what's coming. Because when you become a writer, and I feel as, from the writers that I have watched and studied, you want authenticity. Hollywood constantly repeating, doing these repeats and constantly repeating these stories that we already know about. Like, we need something new, something different, and something genuine. So when I put forth Vengeful Spirit is about a man incarcerated. He is doing time because he manned up and turned himself in when he was a innocent bystander was the subject of his crime. But he looked for the other person to turn himself. He said, nah, bro, I was out here doing this. I'm going to jail. Period. Because that's my fault.
Yeah.
That was his own thing. And while in prison, he's being tortured by these police. And in the means of doing that, because he sees no recourse into seeking justice, he calls who we know as a Buddha or witch or a person in the hood who has links to that type of magic. When she comes to see him, he tells her what he wants to do, and she helps him. So in turn, he sacrifices himself, and in turn comes back as a vengeful spirit to get all the racist police who have been torturing him, and he methodically, and one by one, knocks them off. And I'm telling this story because people need to understand that.
Okay,
prison have no justice.
Okay.
you have a system in play that takes two groups of people
He nice.
in this country have been at each other's throats, regardless to how one side has been doing more than the other. And when you place them in position, you take lower class black people, make them the prisoners, and take the upper class white people who are open on prisons and make them the jailers. And then at the same token, the system at play has no recourse because there's no outside agency that comes in and can check on atrocities and the harassment and the beatings and the blatant disregard of individuals' human rights by these officers. You understand what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I'm bringing with this story. Because it's a fictional story highlighting the injustices that individuals have to be subjected to while incarcerated. You there to do a crime, you there to be rehabilitated, you there to try to make amends or whatever the case, not to be preyed upon by individuals who have the ability to exercise their malevolent racist tendencies.
Damn, dog, I'm about to start snapping out this motherfucker. I felt you right there.
These are the things that need to be told, just like my web series, Life. Because the choices that we make don't just affect us, they affect the people that we love. You know what I'm saying? And if this will becomes one star to make the black kids, the church in the background, cousins, church, and cousins. Call, get ready for the church. Come back to the church, come back to the school, at the box, at the door. You know, she's there going to her sermon. Got grandma looking at her like pay attention. When we come back to the individuals making robbery, come back to the church. When we come back to what we call the individuals broke at us, we wanted them stepping out of the car in a suit, going to church, and so on the series of life. Because you want to know what the hell is going on. You just saw a robbery, and homeboy go to church for the robbery, and you go, whoa, what's going on? And this is my way of truly capital. Because the lives that we live are not written in stone. And even though mainstream America has stereotyped us and put us in these bags, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do that. No, we don't tell our own story. We don't be how we There's the avenue open up for us to tell our story to be authentic. But you understand that we in poverty, we in the hood. You know, we don't like the bad guy. You know, we don't like the individual sitting out there breaking the door and terrorizing us. He ain't doing what he's terrorizing us. It's the same thing that Pop tried to tell them when he was like, y'all think we like people? No. We want to grow up, we want our babies to be out here and not have to worry about getting shot. We want our babies to be able to come outside and play until the lights go off and come upstairs and bring their friends over. We want all of that.
Yeah.
But when we sit here and we take quote unquote Hollywood and we are peace to the equal and peace to the we have become comfortable accepting peanuts and having somebody else twist our story up so it'll be their version of who we are.
Nah, man, nah. I got, matter of fact, look, you spit nothing but facts. I gotta move to the next caller real quick. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep you. If we got time, we gonna bring you right back on afterwards too, and you in the pitch joint too. So okay.
Appreciate you on the air, brother.
Look. So I'm gonna shoot you. Just make sure you stay in standby because we're gonna have to bring you back on as soon as we get through everybody. We love what you saying, man. I ain't even gonna lie. That's what everybody's thinking, but they don't want to say it out loud.
Well, God gave me a gift. God gave me a gift.
All right, man. All right, be safe and again, stay on standby because we probably will have a little bit of time. We got to make sure it's fair for everybody. But once we get back, we will double back to you because you're spitting some knowledge right there.
Thank you, brother. I'm good.
All right, man. All right, I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Peace, caller. You in the Indie Roundtable. State your name.
Hey, can I tell you something, Brian Lockett?
Right, Brian Lockett.
Hey, you guys doing good?
Yeah, we're doing great. And how you doing, sir?
talking.
Well,
You call me.
well, that's a
Yeah,
plus.
Yeah, I was going through a lot, man. So no, I want to talk a little bit about, the whole music thing and everything. There's MHQ. MHQ headquarters in New York, and his name's Joe. He's an awesome guy. It's 31 records. I need 31 votes for my song. It's all with my mama left me. But it's true life stuff. My dad told me the story one day, and my father, Lance Locke, and basically how that is the version for it. But yeah, that drink, and I thank you for living for. Yeah, that memory I had to let go. It was you, me, and us 3 Yeah, I said I'm gonna go around the block. There's no love. You're not surprised. When I back, I didn't see those pretty eyes. Yeah, it was me and just us 3. I couldn't think of, I couldn't feel down. I said I had to be strong. I had to be strong. So once for yes, love was lost. And behind closed doors, that's when I fell down to my knees. So these children wouldn't see. So my father told me that story, and it comes out better when I'm playing the guitar. I haven't played the guitar in some while. I've been trying to get back to work and all that fun stuff. But that's that. And I'm doing good, just trying to work and living. Do my thing out here in Nashville, New Hampshire, this town today.
Alrighty, man. At least I'm glad you're feeling better and you're doing better, and continue to keep doing good, man. And I hope you took that walk to the beach, man.
I will, sir. I appreciate the opportunity. All right?
Yes, sir, brother.
I'll talk to you guys, okay?
All right, be good, man.
Yes, sir. Peace, love. God bless.
All right, peace.
God bless all.
Yes, sir. Peace. Welcome to the round table, brother. Welcome to the round table. Yes, sir. Don't be afraid to talk. Let your voice, let it do what it do.
Yeah.
And you heard, and like I said, you see me live as a 45. And without further ado, state your name, and it's on you, King.
Yep. Steve Driffin from New Haven. I'm a writer, screenwriter, playwright here, and heard about this and I'm about to just share my gifts.
Yeah.
It's good to be here and talk about the whole process and everything.
Yeah, well, it's unique that you're from here because I rest out here.
Okay.
So what we could do is I have a station down the street at One Circular Ave, the radio station. So what we can do is formulate whatever strategy or plan you want to do, and then we can execute and move out like that. But it's good to just know that it's hidden gems that lay right in the city, and people don't even know.
Right here, New Haven got talent, man.
Got plenty of talent.
Plenty of talent.
But as sad as it is, the neophytes are wiping themselves out.
Right.
And within the last 3 days, it has been homicide.
Crazy.
So it is kind of, so what we need to do is bring some type of closure or some awareness to the gun violence. And if we could, let's provide some kind of avenue and resources with the things that we have, because people losing their kids.
Right. And we're not giving them options. We gotta give them options, man. And the arts could do it. I gotta say that the arts definitely is a vehicle to draw. I've seen it in action before, so we just pull in and we can make it happen. Because our kids, they want something, right?
They longing for something. But what it is where do you get the talent from? Where is it derived from? When it's monkey see, monkey do.
Right.
Monkey see, monkey do.
And on that negative.
And then everybody ain't the same tough monkey. That's the funny thing about
That's
it.
it. That's right.
See, all the monkeys ain't that tough.
That's it.
See, this will make it sad because when you look at it and you put a bunch of them in one little situation, someone's going to tell.
Always.
And now that's a whole nother beef.
Yeah.
But at some point, what is the line that you draw in the sand to say, hey, enough is enough? So
yeah,
it's really getting out of control.
It is, man, and it's crazy because it's almost like a cycle, right? Because we've seen this before. This is not new, right? This has been going on since, you know. And when do we just step up? That's what I ask myself all the time. When do we step up and do something, you know, that's meaningful, that's real, that speaks straight to the people, speak straight to our kids, man. You know, they need that. So, yeah.
So enough about us. Let's get to know who you are, King.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been writing, man, for over 20 plus years, and been fine tuning my craft. Had some successes. Been produced a lot of independent stage plays. And you know, one of the things I want to like encourage, like any young person, since we're talking about young people, sometimes you may have a particular dream, right? But I believe that you got to be able to flip your dream also, because if it doesn't work one way, what's the other alternative to do it? Like, you know, you got lemon make lemonade, that whole saying, right? Like that. And so for example, and when it comes to the arts, I always been interested in film, wanted to do film, right? But back 20 years ago, film was expensive. You needed millions.
Yeah.
You needed millions. You need representation. You needed the whole nine. Right. You need film. Just film by itself, right? And so for me, I'm like, yo, Steve, how you gonna do this? You can't, you know. So what I did then, that's when I switched doing plays. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that kicked me off was I believe in guerrilla theater, right? And I did a street play on the streets. Closed the street off, built the stage, and that was like my launch into that, because I figured, well, if I can't do film, let me put my visual stuff on stage. And so from there, that's where it started. And that spoke to the violence. My first piece actually spoke to the violence in the community. You know, so ironically enough, and here it comes full circle.
Well, we may need to bring the stage back out and block off a couple blocks
throughout the city,
because anytime the police get on TV and they blow their trumpet to say we need your help, they can't control it.
That's what they say. That's exactly what they say.
At some point, you got to be able to be wise enough to realize where is the key factor. Absolutely. And they're not making they're looking for the public, not for you to snitch, tell on your friend. No. They're looking for that curse that sits in the crease, because right now there's a lot of blood on the streets. 23 homicides this year. 3 in 1 week, which is the week that just passed.
Past week, yeah.
3.
Yeah.
So that means the paperwork from the first one isn't closed before you open up another.
The ink ain't dry.
So how is it that with all that we know?
Yeah. You know, it's crazy you say that, man, and I'm going to keep, like, trying to draw the two. One of the things I have to say is that it's funny how our young people are, you know, dying on the streets like this, and then I'm going to say the arts they take out of the schools, right? And one of the things that's a draw to a lot of young people, you know, is the arts. So how do we take something out that we know has shown and proven to be an impact, and can speak to them without preaching to them? Right, so because that's the thing, if we sit down and instead, you know, wagging our finger, that's not going to work, right? But what if we did something creative to talk to them, and then that opens that door for dialogue? And I'm saying that because that was tested and tried, you know. So that's real talk.
So what do you think about the state of film, especially black film right now?
Yeah, so you know what, I think actually, you know, especially because I think it's a great time for black film, black filmmakers, writers. But one of the things I think is the same is trying to break down that door. That didn't change. It's a great time, and we got a lot of artists out there who are doing their thing, independent artists, filmmakers, but still trying to get in. But I think first, like even for me, you got to love what you do first. don't do it if you're trying to do it for the money. Then I think your premise might be a little skewed, right? But you got to do it because you love it first.
Okay.
Like I loved writing, so I know, and you know, you could ask anybody that knows me. I didn't sell Kirby vacuum cleaners, Vita Vita Vegemins, anything. Everything I did was about writing. So I never veered. I may have stopped, I may have paused, but I never quit and gave up. You know, so writing has been a part of me all this time, and it shows. And then one of the things we have to do also in the state of black film, we got to talk about quality. We got to talk about quality. I'm gonna keep it a stack right here, right? So because a lot of things I see, I'm like, okay, you're doing it, but does that really, is it a true representation of us? One, two, is it a good storyline? You know, does it really speak to what people want to see? So that's the stuff that bothers me with the industry. It's like the really good stuff we probably don't even see. The good stuff, the stuff that you might catch in the independent brothers and sisters doing their thing, and that's when you can catch it. But you know, and even with stage, same thing with stage. I'm gonna have to say that I'm gonna keep the two parallel with each other. It's the same. You know?
Okay. That's the next question. So, what is the actual difference between stage and feature or TV? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
I know because the writing is definitely different. It's totally
very different.
So, just start with the screenwriting part, and then you can move just watching.
So screenwriting, and it's a format. It's a formula. It's a format, and I self-taught myself.
Okay.
So I went through the school of hard knocks. Like when I'm talking about sending scripts out to Hollywood and people fighting me back and say this is garbage. You know what I'm saying? You know, seriously. But you got to learn how to take that. You got to learn how to have a thick skin in this game. So when I started writing, I was learning the craft, and guess what? I'm still learning. I still say I'm a forever student. I don't ever want to say that I've arrived.
Okay.
You know, I want to always say I'm learning new. I'm learning something else, a new technique. But screenwriting is definitely a craft that you have to work on. You can't be too dialogue heavy. You can't be too, you know, and the only time you can do that is if you already in the system, if you in the game.
Yeah, it better be any given Sunday. Al Pacino, if you're gonna have a page full of dialogue on the page.
Exactly.
But I got you.
Yeah. So and that's the stuff I learned, man. And you know, with that, and we just have to keep at it. So screenwriting, you have to, and then this is the amount. You can't write 150 pages. Nobody wants to read 150 pages. You know, you got to keep your stuff. There's a guideline. There's a limit on how many pages. Your screenplay got maybe 100, 110 maybe pages. But after that, people gonna be like, yo, I'm not reading this. You know what I'm saying? So 80 between 110, but don't go past that. So and I wish for us, our people, I wish the lot that we could. And I've been talking to some friends about this, doing workshops for artists, so we can all learn from each other. Because one thing, I don't want you to write something and it's garbage. I'm like, yo, that's good. Like, I don't want any of my friends to read my stuff. I want somebody that ain't my friend to read my stuff, because your friends are going to be biased, right? You know, and that's real fact, you know. And so I'm gonna have to say, my sister is my toughest critic. My sister rips my stuff, like to the point where I want to cuss her out, right? But it makes me a better writer. This doesn't make sense. This is not right. And I'm going back to the lab. You know, so yeah, I've been blessed though. I've been blessed to write some good stuff. I've been blessed, you know, to some screenplays. As a matter of fact, screenplay. I just wrote my first animation.
Okay.
In the latter part of November 2020, and just finished it, and it won the Big Apple Film Screenplay Festival. So I was like, oh snap!
Yeah,
like, you know, for a first time, right? I've been writing all kinds. And one thing I don't ever want to be, I gotta say this, I don't ever want to be known just as a black writer, because I have issue with that. Because no one says white writer, no one says, you know what I'm saying? No one says so. So why we gotta get that name? No, how come I can't be Steve the writer? Period. You know I'm a black man when you see me. So why can't I just be a writer? But then we always gotta have that extra something, right? And I got issue with that, man.
Like
you
a
know?
black quarterback,
right? Right. We got quarterback.
You gotta be that much better than every other
right?
cracker.
So that stuff, man, bugs me out. So and with me, with writing, I write about everything. I don't want to just write one genre. I'm like, I got comedy, I got, you know, a spiritual piece. I got, you know, a dramedy. I got, you know, social issue, because I want to be a writer. You see what I'm saying? So when I say writer, I want to be able to write about a whole lot of stuff. And some stuff takes a long time for me to get to. I can go on and on with this, as you can see.
No, but see, this is what this is about.
Yeah.
It's about coming together and building.
Right.
In order to find success, you first got to walk it out.
Yes.
You first
True, you telling
have
the truth.
to walk it out. And in the midst of your journey, you're going to run into little potholes. You're going to run into doubters. You're going to run into the non-believers. You're going to run into people saying you crazy as hell. But the best thing about being able to have a craft is you can define your craft.
Yes.
So you can define your craft.
Definitely, yeah.
And when you define it, the same people that said this, that, or the third is now saying, let me get your autograph.
Right.
Ain't that ironic how you just went from shitting on me to now wanting me to give you my signature?
Ain't that a trip? So, yeah, man. That's true, man. You know, and when you said that, man, about just being able to write and get to that level. And we should, like you said, we all should be able to help ourselves, help each other get there. That is one thing I am big on. Like, you know, how can I got friends all the time who say, you know, what do you think about this? And I try to give my best advice. I don't say it's the gospel, but I say, yo, this is what I see from here. You know, and learning how to take criticism too.
But one of the things, not to cut your wisdom, but one of the things that just stuck out to me is you said the friend part. As great as we want to have friends, it's best to have just associates. Because that friend that you considering your friend and you confide in oftentimes be jealous.
True, man. So let me tell you, brother just shared this with me last Saturday. And I told him, I said, you must let the spirits talk to you. He said, Steve, let me tell you, everybody smiling ain't happy for you, bro. Because he was asking about a show that I just did, and he said everybody, and yo, that hit me so hard, but it was real, and I needed to hear that, you know. And you're right, you just got to understand where people are, right? They smiling, but sometimes they teeth are daggers.
Well,
right?
The smile oftentimes is an upside down frown, and you don't see it when you're so close.
Yes.
See, but when you take a step back, and then you realize, whoa.
Right.
People have good intentions with bad motives. And this is when the story oftentimes changes. Even when you creating your craft, or even as you say, even with your sister, to the point to where what she's giving you is authority for you to keep going, not to discourage you.
Right. And that's
but oftentimes we mistake that bridge and we fall off ourselves because you don't want to let yourself continue to go through the fire. In order to be successful, you got to go through hell.
Man, so I'm glad you said that. So I used to go out to LA, like try to make a little trip every other year, and talk to producers. And I remember the first year I went there, man, I'm up here pitching, and and we got to first learn also to invest in ourselves. We have to invest in ourselves as artists. We got to believe enough in our craft that we're going to, you know what, instead of buying these sneakers or whatever, I'm going to do this. I'm going to buy this program. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to take this class. And that's real, because how can you get better? You can't get better just by sitting there. You can't. And so investing in your craft, believing in yourself enough to invest in your craft, because we don't have it. We don't have the luxury like Steven Spielberg started out. His father bought him a Super 8 camera. Back then, tell me what black family in the hood could actually afford a Super 8 camera, right? You see what I'm saying? We didn't have that. We didn't have that luxury, right? So that's why. So we don't really always have the mentality of, let me invest in myself. Let me buy this to do that. And let me really focus. Now a lot of brothers and sisters are doing. I see them, doing, buying their camera equipment, doing that, and that's good to see, But we have to continue to do that. And you said something about the difference between even playwriting. Playwriting
and screenwriting.
Playwriting is a whole different format than screenwriting, and you just and you could still write something on paper and still produce it, and no one will know. No one's the wiser, right? But if you're gonna call yourself either a playwright or a screenwriter. As a screenwriter, I can't send my stuff to Broadway in a screenwriter format. As a playwright, I can't send my stuff to Lionsgate in a playwright format. We got to know the difference, and we got to know how to use that and to learn the craft. Learn that craft, and that's my biggest thing. Learn your craft, and I'm still learning, taking classes and everything, online, because it's that sacrifice, investing in me,
That's the best pill.
I just think with that, we don't, like you said, we don't invest in ourselves. We need somebody to teach us stuff. I feel like, and some of the other races are just like, you know what, I'll go learn it myself, just like you learned yourself as a screenwriter. A lot of the best screenwriters that I do know, they taught it themselves.
They taught themselves.
Yeah, like the real world experience, you get it out the mud. And like, what else you said? You said about the criticism. Oh my God. Everybody swear that Jonah is the best in the world. And then it's like, who read it? Even if somebody read it from like your professor.
Right.
But how many screenplays has he read that was on TV? That's actually marketed. So you need somebody who's actually in the studio that sees what actually comes through, and the same thing as music, which is actually popping, and then they can, then come through. So I think that's just big right there.
Man. Yeah, the church gonna love you. You right, the church, you know what I'm saying? The church gonna love you. They ain't gonna tell you, oh baby, that's good, but that's garbage. Let's call it what it is, right? So we got to be able to take that tough criticism and know that it's not like you said, it's not to destroy you.
No.
It's never to destroy you, and people got to know the difference. And you got to differentiate when people are trying to destroy you versus people trying to uplift you, to construct you. There's a difference with that, man. So yeah, because I'm working on a project now. Just almost finished it, and I want to talk about it, but 2022 I can say more, man. But I have this, and this is a play. I have never written a play, and I just did a show this July. I just finished doing a play in July, but I've never written a particular piece like this one ever, and I'm tripping on myself. And when I say I'm tripping on myself, is because the format and the genre and the way that it's written, it would and it's for black men, and that's what touches me about it. It's for black men, hands down. And I'm trying to plan a listening session with some really, brothers, some real brothers, so they can make sure and hold me accountable on the content.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm going to say something is for black men, then as a black man, that's serious talk, right? Just like when Spike did Malcolm X. He made sure he consult, right, the nation, right, to make sure. So for me, with that mindset with this piece, it's like, I need to sit and talk with some brothers, let them hear it, and let them say, yo, Steve, you missed it on this one, or this ain't correct, because I want to give it to our people. And I think our black men need it, because I don't think anyone has spoken to us about, and we need to speak to each other about us, because that's the only way we know us. You know what I'm saying? We know us. When you tell me something, you expect, I can relate to that, I'm sure, in some way, right? Or vice versa. So I think it's really important, this particular piece, and I can't wait. I wrote a grant, and that's the other thing. I wrote a grant, and I'm waiting for this grant to come through. We gotta learn how to hustle and make that money, man.
Well, I believe that when you start talking about the black man, it's so layered.
It is.
How you get brothers to just listen. That's the first thing. The second thing is to set aside your alter ego. You notice I use the word alter. See, your ego exists. God gave us that.
Right.
That's your potential. We all have an ego.
Right.
But what throws it off is we have altered the ego to feed other people's greed or need.
Yeah.
So when we start talking about the black man, we all derive from the same kitchen.
Yep.
We all can relate to the same ups, downs, sideways, nibbles, kibbles. But what wedges and tears us apart is when I don't see value in you as a black man. That's when we lose.
That's when we lose, absolutely.
When I can look at you and don't see value, that means you're worthless. Even as a black man. Because it ain't white people coming into the hood killing black people. It's black people looking at black people saying you fool.
Yeah.
And the streets have to eat.
Yeah.
No one cleans up the blood. The rain washes the blood away. They just sprinkle it with bleach so it isn't left there so the onlooker don't have to throw up or what have you. But
Right.
for you to go put 1 trillion candles right here, just think about that.
Nah,
My life is just worth candles. And RIP on a t-shirt?
Some balloons.
Where is the value?
Right.
So when you start to talk about the black man, it's touchy.
It is.
Because black men have turned into black sisters. We're going to keep it a buck. With me.
Yo, he definitely.
That's why my name is True.
True.
We're going to keep it a buck. And what has happened is those that even stood up as mighty end up being Nancy behind closed doors.
Oh man.
So just think how many mighties you know, but end up being Nancy behind closed doors. So you know what Nancy does? Talk about Steve, talk about Anthony, talk about True,
right.
talk about brother, because you know why? Nancy is the one that's got to do this. So she's playing double dutch with a short rope. And when you play double dutch and you don't know how to pat your feet, what happens?
You get tripped up.
You get tripped up. How many black men have tripped themselves into prison, into a graveyard, into...
Go ahead and speak that truth.
So when you talk black man,
Right.
it first got to be recognized as how did we deviate from the very first principle that was given to you by who? Your mom. But God put it in the womb for you to understand it first.
Brothers got to. That's the conversation.
See?
That's the conversation.
See, that's when you open up a whole different wall because you got to say everything you generated here on the physical earth, you learned it in the womb.
Absolutely.
You learned it inside the womb. And then once you saw light, you deviated to find your own richness, your own wealth, your own. So and instead of brothers being helpers of each other, we become each other's crutch. You know why? Because I'll lie to you for 10 seconds and then want you to buy the bullshit. And then when you don't buy the bullshit, I'm mad at you. You my enemy. So now, again, Steve ain't Steve because Nancy became the X and the Y.
That's the conversation. That's the conversation and the level of and I'm glad you're saying that, man, because that is the thing, even, with this script, man, I want to be able to just be able to layer stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the conversation we need to be.
Because this is what people relate to. Yeah. When have you seen it where society now says we're having Pride Month, Pride Week? What pride? What pride? Think about it.
Yeah.
What pride? So if I can take those that don't have understanding to dilute whatever knowledge you have, you now gonna do what I want you to do.
Right.
You now gonna wear what I want you to wear. You now gonna say what I want you to say. So just think how many puppets when you start talking about black man. The puppet slave. Because you mean to tell me for all the people that you know, and you're a screenwriter, no one will say to you, hey brother, I'm gonna invest 20,000 in you. And even though you may not make it or may not even be worthy of the 20,000 yet, but I'm willing to invest 20,000 in you. So you know what that'll do to your confidence?
Right.
We're talking about confidence. We're talking about who was the very first person that rejected you before the world knew you.
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't got off that rejection button, brother.
So I'm glad you said that, man. Like, I have a file. I kept all, and I called it the X-Files on purpose. I got a file at home. It's called the X-File, stacked up of all my rejections. Because you know what? I don't care about the no's. I'm looking for one yes. You know what I'm saying? So the no's mean nothing. That you could amount to. I'll stand on that. I just need a yes. You know what I'm saying? And then also, the yes is all relative too for me, because I don't feel I need anyone to validate me to say you're good, you're a writer. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've done this, so I'm called. And sometimes we're ashamed to call ourselves what we should be called, right? And it's like, nah, I'm a writer. Yeah. That's what I do. Don't be ashamed of it. I do those. No, I'm a writer. Period. You know, call ourselves what we are. The more you talk to yourself and tell you, man, you so you'll be. You know, and I think that's what we have to do. We have to have that confidence. You know, we got to be able to do the work. We got to do the work in our craft. If we say we love to write, then we need to write, and we need to execute, and we need to complete. I'm not even just talking about write. I'm talking about write and complete. Because if you're not completing your projects, then you never finish anything. You know, you never finish. And if you never finish anything, what does that say? Well, you know, I don't know.
You know what it says. It's unique. You said the yeses. But let me show you something. And you might even write this in your book or one of your screenplays. When you go to a black man, even one of your friends, if it's something he likes, he don't even say yes to you. What's his favorite word? Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
See? So we replace yes with yeah. And that yeah can turn into hell no or no so quick because it wasn't met with a firm yes. It was met with a yeah. And that yeah is a part-time no.
Wow.
Think about it.
I never looked at it that way.
Think about it. Think about how many people you come in contact with you that know how to say yes. But they will tell you, yeah, that's dope.
Right.
What happened to yes, that's dope.
Yes, that's dope.
But you say yeah. So yeah has become the new yes for black men. You know why? Because it's easy for me to say, I just said that for that nigga to get out my face. He know that shit is garbage.
He can go.
He know it's
garbage. He can go any way.
But
you look at it like that.
What makes us great without people telling you great is when you go look at that mirror and you look at your eyes, your own eyes. Your own eyes ain't gonna look at you and say, hey, nigga, sit down. Your own eyes say, continue to get up.
Right.
Continue to push.
Right.
Continue to wipe the coal out your eyes and continue the journey called life. It's a maze. It's a maze.
It is a maze.
You got half men writing about broken relationships, half men lying about this, and so at some point, where do you wedge everything that you saying? Or it's all in your head for one, but how do you put it together when you have so many fake yeses replaced with yeah?
That's real talk. Food for thought always, right?
That's what it's about. So by hearing your plan and your idea, I told you I have a radio outlet. You live here, I live here. Anytime you want to come down there, the Hampton and sit down and talk, because I can create an avenue for you to where now you got 58-something thousand people listening to you. Like right now.
Right.
We here,
right,
but you don't know how many people are listening.
Right.
And what's so real about it is it don't have to be a trillion of us here to understand, because it wasn't a trillion people when they make decisions in the government. It's not a trillion people. It's a handful that affects everybody's life.
Wow. Right, that's what's up, man. So let me ask on just sliding back on the how did this come to be? That's now like I'm asking y'all, like I'm interviewing y'all on your show, right? Yeah. So how did this come to be? This is for real, man.
This came to fruition. I always had an outlet. The brother was introduced to me from another brother. And as unique or weird as it is, me and him became like cohesive little twins.
Right.
I'm real fruitful. I got ideas. You got an idea, I got an idea. But if you want the platform, I'm going to give it to you.
Right.
So I gave them the platform. Let's say, let's create this. So we created something. But what we created, just like as you go create anything, it's a growing process. But when you realize it's organic and real, you seen the cause.
Yeah.
It don't have to be 1 trillion people following this. But the impact of you being able to really hear yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Not nobody else. Don't nobody got to tell Steve, my pants is too tight. Don't nobody got to tell Steve, my ankles are swole. Don't nobody got to, you know this. But what you are looking for people to say was, hey, continue and put your foot down on your craft. Because in your craft, it makes you a craftsmanship. See?
Content creator. That's what I want to be.
See?
I want to be a content creator.
See?
Yeah.
And when you do that, you provide an avenue for yourself.
Right.
And one of your thoughts can make you rich. One of them.
That's it.
Not all the hell you've been through. One thought made you rich. But look how many thoughts was thrown at you to keep you down. Because if everybody really wanted to aid in what you were doing, it's called psychop. It's charity.
Right.
You don't got to just give it to the church. You can give it to me. Because the church ain't paying your rent. No knock on the church. But the church ain't paying your rent.
Right.
There's too many people here got the same issue. But I want to take from it.
Right.
At some point, when do you get that?
That part.
And this is what separates the original man from just the average man.
So how when you talk about ideas and stuff like that?
Question.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So what is the biggest problem you run into? Is we ask everything. As you as a screenwriter, what you have in this position, what do you need help with? Do you need a manager? Are you trying to be executive producer and produce your own project? Because we already know if you write, you get your credit as a writer. You get the money, and that's pretty much it. You're pretty much out the project. You'd be lucky to even be as a consultant to be on the project, and then executive producer, it's all yours. But you still got to raise the money yourself, and now you're the boss. So which one of the two do you fall into, and which one,
That's a great question, man. One, I don't ever want to be a hireling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to be a hireling. I want to be in it. There's a story I think about the brother the dude who wrote Bronx Tale. I remember reading an article, Chaz Parmentier. They offered him $1 million for his script, right? Turned it down. And I'm reading the article. I'm like, yo, he turned down $1 million. But then I'm continue reading the script, and he was like, I knew if they gave me $1 million, they was looking to make 20 and 40 and 50 million. So he was like, why would I take that? And so then I had to look at myself, okay, he was in a position to do that. Then I think about us as a people. I'm like, damn, see, somebody drop $1 million in your lap or offer you $1 million, where would you stand with that? And you got to ask yourself, that's a real question. Yeah. Because you can say, I could take that $1 million and flip it and continue to produce and make more. You can look at it from that aspect, or like you said, you could take it, write it, and then poof, be gone, right? So I would like to have still control and be a part of
the project.
Yeah, of the project. Because it's like longevity. Because I think I read on, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I read on your card, it said something about representation. I think I do want representation, but this is what I'm going to say to that. But I want to be at the table. In other words, I'm in the long haul of things. In other words, no, why can't I be at the table a writing team? You see what I'm saying? So the representation, okay, but how about being a writing team? So I'm at the table creating, constantly creating, and then and on a low level, I have exec produced myself. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So and I think this is all a stepping stone to where I want to be. Because
so do you have like a package together for the project, like with like show Bible attachments or something, or is it just like mostly like the script part of it?
I have the scripts, and then I have some portfolios and stuff like that. I'm just getting, and that's what I'm always learning. Okay. I'm just getting. There's a brother out in Oakland. He schooled me on this. What was it called? It's like a it's not a PowerPoint. It was called it escapes me. but it's like almost like showing your script, but in a visual form.
Yeah. Like a show Bible.
It's like a show Bible, right.
Yeah. That's
and so I've been working on that because now that's a new thing for me.
Okay.
Oh, so this is what they're doing now. Let me figure this out. Because that's you got to be relevant.
Yeah.
You got to be able to stay up in the game. You got to run with the horsemen, right? So that's what I like to do, man. I got pictures galore. I got pictures and log lines galore, you know. And yeah, would love to share them, you know, because and just to inspire other people, you know, to do that. And I think that's what this is about, right? Yeah. So whenever you're ready, I'll do that. But I want to be I want to be at the table. To answer your question, I want to be at the table of things happening, because that's where it all happens, and that's longevity. That's where it begins. I don't want to just be a one and done.
Yeah.
Because nobody remembers you. And actually, when you sell a script, if you just sell a script outright, sell it, your name is not even on it. And if you and then they take it and they chop it up, and you're like, that's not my story.
Yeah.
So I'm clear on that. So I'm like, I don't know.
And you don't even know until you watch the movie like everybody else. It's not even like they give you by the way, right. I'm taking out this whole scene, or you thought this was a whole black family. We like Spanish families now. So
exactly,
your whole film is flipped up.
They take it and change it. So that's why I think on the independent level, it's great when independent artists get together and you find somebody who's like a really good filmmaker, a good strong writer, good strong actors. We got to learn how to start building that, building our own wealth, you know, building our own opportunity to create and be content creators, you know, and ownership, you know. And that's the other thing, writers, you got to learn how to protect yourself. Like, yo, I don't put nothing out there before it's copyrighted. If my stuff is out there, trust me, I got the copyrights to it.
And they better sign an NDA.
And right.
Well, first off, no company is going to accept it without signing an NDA to protect themselves. Like, it's one thing for you.
Right.
Like, again, we don't take anything without an NDA, and that's that's to protect you, to let you know that I'm on the up and up. I don't care. And I'm not taking it because I don't need, just like you don't need anybody stealing your stuff. I don't need somebody 3 years down the line telling me I stole something. Like, anybody who's ever read, there's an NDA signed already for it. And that's what you should do. And listen, I mean, if the film's already done or something and it's out and you shot it, that's one thing. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you are kind of leaning towards maybe even the executive producer. That's what it's kind of sounding like to me, as far as, you know, with the question. You might not even need the representation. You might actually just need more help with the, you know, putting the package together.
Packaging. You know, I'm gonna be honest. The whole kit and caboodle. Okay. Because my thing is, I don't ever want to skip steps. You know, and sometimes skipping steps don't always help me. Because you're like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I missed that. I didn't know about that line. Let me learn from A to Z. I don't want to start at M. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's, oh, you didn't know that? Nah. So School of Hard Knocks. Yeah. So when you go to the School of Hard Knocks, you understand that now. Let me learn this. Let me read contracts. Let me just read contracts and start understanding the lingo behind contracts. Let me start, just don't grab a pen and sign your life away.
Yeah.
You know, that's the stuff I learned, man. I mean, I had somebody send me a contract. They wanted to use a piece, and I'm like, nah. And I didn't. Nah, I'm not interested. I'm not giving, because you're selling my birthright.
Yeah, no, that's what they do.
And I'm not interested in that, man.
For years and years. Okay, no. So look, so again, so we'll start with the pitch section. We'll go ahead and do the pitch real quick.
Yeah.
And I love that knowledge. Again, you might have to stay right here because we got one of the comedians about to come on in a second. But we do the pitch right now, and honestly, we got a little bit of time. I want to bring you back on so we can finish this talk that we're doing right now.
Yeah,
so we can get everybody on there. All right, so with the pitch, let's just say 3 minutes. First off, log line, whatever you got, and then you want to give like a synopsis, and more importantly, what is the reason? You know, give a reason why the listeners that's listening right now should pick yours over the last callers. That's off the top.
Let me see.
Start with the other one. You know, start with whatever you got first.
Oh man, so let me see. Now the pressure's on. Now you got me. So, you know, let me go with. I'm gonna go. All right, this is called Zoe.
Okay.
All right, this is an urban story, and what I like about this one is because it's not. It takes the land. It's on a tarmac of you thinking like, oh, this is your traditional thug story, but it's actually not. It's actually a love story between a drug dealer and his daughter. So I'll just do it. So that's all I'm gonna say. All right, it's a love story because he ended up being the father. Sorry.
Okay.
So
I got
So
you.
Zoe, this is the log line. A drug dealer tragically becomes a single parent and is torn between the game and fatherhood, but he ultimately discovers that parenthood proves to be harder than the streets. All right, that's my log line. And pictures, Devo Sutton is, and I actually wrote this for New Haven.
Okay.
Devo Sutton is one of New Haven's biggest and most elusive drug dealers, and his only family is his crew, and the only world he knows is the streets. He ends up becoming a single parent after a rival gang mistakenly kills his pregnant girlfriend. Abandoned by the maternal family, Devo is thrust into a new world of parenthood with no manual. Raised by a bunch of thugs, this new addition ultimately changes both him and his crew, and she grows up to become the valedictorian and shares her story with her senior class. But her journey to this blissful moment comes with a cost. So that was Zoe,
Okay.
and I actually love that one because it just wasn't your typical, hood story, And
How would you classify as a genre then?
It's definitely in the urban category. Urban, I would call, urban. How to have? Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say gangster. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to say gangster because there's some things in there that are gangster, right? But the story is about this man becoming a father and his daughter. So that's the impetus behind it. So that was that one. I mean, I got spiritual pieces, thug pieces. So okay, this is fun. The Awakening. Two men from America's dark past run for their lives and end up in a world they never imagined could exist. But a century later, they encounter the very thing they were trying to escape. Here's the pitch. The Awakening. Early 1900s, on a chance encounter, two black men meet as they are pursued by a group of white mobsters in the deep woods of the old South in America's Georgia. They run together from the would-be assailants and fall into a deep abandoned well. The angry men spew hateful language and decide to drop a stick of dynamite into the well. The black men take cover in an adjacent hole. Boom! The well collapses, dirt and rocks fall to the bottom of the well, smoke billows. The men are trapped alive after the blast. A strange gas seeps into the cave and overtakes them, and the two men pass out. They awaken and find themselves in an Atlanta hospital. The year is 2019. So these guys are like in the 1900s, and they end up like in some hibernation because of the gas, and they wake up today. It's a social piece. It deals with the whole social issues that's going on today. So yeah.
How about you do one more, and then like I said, can you stay? Because like I said, once we get that, we hit a couple, and then we rock it off.
Okay, all right, no doubt. All right. Let me just. All right, so let me see.
I know it's so hard,
Fantastic. So y'all remember Tom Joyner show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Joyner used to do the Fantastic Voyage cruise. Mm-hmm. So I'm driving one day, and I'm like, why don't they make a movie about this, right? Because what about the people who can't get on the cruise, So I wrote the script, and there's a longer story. I'll tell you the story behind that later, but I'll just read the log line because this was just fun for me. Fantastic Voyage. A group of people find themselves in the same boat trying to get away from the daily grind of life. But what they discover is that love and dreams do come true on the most jamming cruise ship around. That's the log line. Pitch. College frat brothers and a strange couple, a dreamer and a woman looking for a man, end up on the Tom Joyner's Fantastic Voyage cruise, all in search of a dream, good times, and love. Their experiences are unforgettable, and they all take the vow that what happens on the ship stays on the ship. Sort of. So, and that was just something fun that I wrote. And actually, I'll tell you, there's a bigger story behind that one, man, but I have fun with that one. But I got some stuff, man.
And so out of the three, which one's your favorite? Out of the three, if they had to pick right now, which one that they voting for?
Oh, man. So out of those three, I would have to say Zoe. I would have to say Zoe because that's probably the most real, because there's a lot of brothers out there, single parent brothers, and it speaks to that, so because we don't see that narrative. We see gangster stories, we see these drug dealer stories, right? But they don't ever talk about the brother who's that, like, I'm raising my kid. Yeah. They don't ever talk about the transformation of a brother who starts one way, ends up another way. We don't see that narrative. So I wanted that script for me change the narrative of how we see black men on film. And I get tired of the thug movies because they all kind of end up in the same formula, right?
It's them brainwashing us. Because again, when I came up,
Brainwashing
you know,
people.
I when they took the Cosby's off, I ain't see no doctor. I ain't see no black doctor. I seen drug dealers. I seen rappers. I seen basketball players.
Right,
And I wanted
right.
to play football. You know, I
Yeah.
could have did a million other things. As you see, I learned how to code. You know, stuff. That shit. That wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying?
See?
I played baseball, played football, basketball. Which one do you think I picked? Even though I picked football. Nobody plays baseball. Even though baseball is worth, as we had one of our people, Andre, on there, that's where most of the money at. And,
Most of the money is in baseball.
but you know, they lead us where they want us to
Where they want us to
lead.
go.
So, I mean, again, it's both sides of the equation, though. It's not just us. I mean, it's the screenwriters writing that, but it's also the consumers. Because then again, put it to you like this: the reason why some of those positive shows don't get any rec, because they ain't watching that. They're going to watch Love and Hip Hop.
They gonna watch it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the car crash.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So
what
it's
they
kind of like walking the gap of the car crash that they're trying to see in the entertainment and actually giving them some substance. And you know, again, a lot of those top people, executives, don't really care. It's about $1 turns to $2.
Listen.
So, you know, how good your script, you trying to help everybody, we don't care about that. If you, like, again, like we tell True all the time, like, you know, True, we said it's like, if you could cough up here for an hour. If I can get 500 people here to pay $200 for you to come see it, you got a record deal, you got a,
Everything.
you on tour,
Everything.
you with Bernie
Everything.
Mac. So,
Yeah, that's
you know,
how they do
it's
it.
great, man. Dog,
Yeah.
This is a great conversation. I ain't
It
gonna
is,
lie.
man.
Look,
It is.
and so we gotta definitely do this again. Like, I'm talking like maybe if we got enough time after we get to the rest of everybody, you know, come
I'm right
in.
here.
But
Right here.
okay, but True, you got anything you want to say before he come off the table, and then we go ahead and let him.
I already
Oh,
gave
you
my
bust that-
spiel.
yeah,
You
you
dropped
already
it,
bust
man.
that.
You dropped it. True dropped it. Glad that you did.
Yeah, I be in the joint with
Yo,
True
for
Star.
real. I'm like, listen to my man. I'm looking at him like, yo.
Yeah, but it's that's the thing. When do you start to see value in what's said to you? That's the difference. When do you see value in what's said to you? A person ain't yelling at you, demanding you. I'm speaking to you.
Right,
I'm
right.
speaking to that part of you that you have put on mute because somebody told you no. I'm gonna say that again.
I'll say that again.
I'm speaking to that part of you that you have put on mute.
I told you no.
Because somebody told you no. So now I want to unmute the no. You know how hard that is? Because if I unmute the no, I turn no into what? On. So now let me put you on. Because no spelled backwards is what?
On. Yo, definitely, man. I appreciate this time, man. I totally did not expect this. Totally did not expect this.
So that's the whole purpose of being able to say this is the Indie Roundtable,
Right.
and we deal with life.
Right.
And in order for you to put a script, movie, or whatever content, it has to first be in your head.
Right.
And if what's in your mind isn't pure, God ain't gonna let nobody else eat off of it. No matter what you do. He's the author and the conductor of your faith.
Yo, somebody give him an offering. Yo, let's give him an offering, man. Yo, somebody give him a man an offering.
I'm just giving it to you 100.
Yo.
And this is what's wrong. A lot of brothers don't know how to sit with each other and reason.
Wow.
Reason.
Yes. Let's sit down and reason together.
That's reason. And if we take the letter L and stick it in another reason, we come up with 2 words. Real son. Just from us reasoning, I saw the shine in you because you wanted to reason with me.
Right.
And when we reason, we grow. We ain't bickering. We may butt heads, but we're not bickering.
Right. And there's a difference.
There's a major difference.
Fundamental difference.
Yeah,
Right?
because when you open the book, you do got content, but you don't read the content. You get to the 99th page. Therefore, you forgot the first line of the sentence. And the first line of the sentence is what? You have been taught right from wrong.
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah, man.
But you deviated somewhere. And in the midst of the deviation, all hell break loose.
That's right. And this is where we
All
are. And
hell
this is why we are
has
where we are
broke
now,
loose
right?
from deviation.
Right.
You had these white folks run up on the Capitol. Deviation. Why? Because they wasn't pleased with what a bunch of people got together to say.
Right.
Okay, now what's the difference when Black Lives Matter got together? What was the major difference? Y'all ran up in Macy's. They ran up in the Capitol. So what you remember more? The Capitol or Macy's?
Right.
So you don't really leave no print with bullshit. Because they gonna get the pooper scooper
Clean it
and they
up.
scoop up all shit.
Right.
This is the round table. I appreciate it that you came by,
really
brother.
Appreciate it, man.
And like I said, we're gonna continue to build and
I'll be listening.
and we're gonna add on.
Definitely.
Yes, sir, my brother Steve. All right, good brother, you've been humbly patient. The good brother been humbly patient. So it's your time to rock and roll, King. You got the Magic Jacks on. Yep. All right, my brother. How are you?
I'm colder than a ball.
You cold?
Yeah, man, I was freezing. I had to go get my hoodie.
Wow.
But it's all good.
Well, it was hot in here. I came in here, I was a little hot, man. I was sweating like I was a runaway slave, man. But enough about me. Glad you humbly came around and sit around the round table, brother. You was patient. You was humble in your stance. And with that, a lot goes with being patient. And a lot of people don't have patience. But one of the main things your grandmother, my mother, your grandmother, his grandmother, everybody's grandmother said, be patient.
Yes, sir.
You're going to get what is meant for you when you learn to be patient. When you move too fast, you run into somebody else's lane.
True that.
And it's like the highway. You're going too fast, you got one or two things to do. I'm going to hit you in the back, or I'm going to swerve. Mm-hmm. When you swerve, don't you make noise?
Oh, of course.
And now you got somebody else's attention. Now it's your swerve. It's on you. You like the way I set that up?
Oh, yeah.
It's on you. State your name, brother, and give us what you got.
My name is Zoe Easy. I'm a comedian. Tell jokes because I believe it's a part of wellness. I think, especially right now during this time, we need to laugh. You know, it's very therapeutic. And actually, when you laugh, you release endorphins, which is very healthy. And I just don't think people laugh enough. People very uptight. People don't laugh, they don't smile. So laughter, I think, is key. It's key to having a good relationship, too. I don't care if you have a relationship at work, a relationship with your loved one. It's healthy to laugh, to smile. When you wake up in the morning, smile. When you go to bed at night, smile. I was sharing with somebody today, I started this online thing called Zoe Knows. Zoe Knows is about giving information. If I don't know it, I'll get it, and then Zoe will share it with you. So one of the worst things I believe one can do is watch CNN before they go to bed. Watch Channel 5. Just watch the news. You take that in your spirit. Take that in your energy. Find out, okay, this person got killed. That person got killed. So I'm not saying not to watch the news, but to watch it in the morning or to watch it at night, I think there should be something else there. Meditate, pray, do some mindfulness exercises, do some affirmations. I think that's more helpful than taking that in. So yes, my name is Zo Easy. Tell jokes. Like to see people happy. Like to see people, especially our people. I like to see us happy, as opposed to shooting each other up, going at each other's throats, calling each other B's and hoes and the N-word. I think we can use other words to describe each other. I think we need to search the dictionary, search the thesaurus. So that's just where my mind is focused at.
Well, your mind is in a good spot. But in order to start reading in the dictionary, you got to first know the fundamentals of words. What's the fundamental practice of a word? What does one word do to you? I could test you. I'll test you. We're gonna test each other.
That one word can describe me. That one word can challenge me. It depends. I used to be extremely sensitive, but I've learned to let words.
Boom! I didn't even have to say it. He said it. See? Sensitive. Now, when did you go sit next to you're sensitive to deviate from that? When did you break that chain or that umbilical cord from your sensibility?
As I've gotten older.
As you got older. What age were you?
I'll say in my 40s.
Okay, so from 1 to 39. Sensitive. Yeah. The first 40 years of his life, sensitive. To what?
Well, because I care. Most of the jobs I've done, I'm a social worker. Mm-hmm. So I care about people. I'm a humanitarian. Mm-hmm. So if I see somebody struggling, somebody helping me, my wife would say, why you always got to help somebody? We're supposed to. I'm going to give them $1. I may buy them a meal. And I'm not looking for it to come back to me, even though it's going to anyway, because that's just how karma is. That's just how the universe does itself. So my sensitive nature is something that is just part of me. Now, I'm not as sensitive as I once was, because I've learned to let water come off my back. I'm not going to just let everything, somebody cut me off on the road, peace. Because these days, somebody cut you off, they may take out something and do something like that, and I want to get home the way I left.
So what year did that start? Because you got to remember now, you said from 1 to 39.
Yeah.
You went through a transformation.
Yes, sir.
And in that transformation, you had to take off a mask each and every year. Once you took off all those masks and you seen yourself standing how you standing now, and you realize whatever I was beating myself up with was really me. And it was easy for people to use different things to affect me. So therefore, how about if I said to you, God made you that way for a pillow for somebody who isn't that sensitive. See, you can have a thug, but a thug runs to a sensitive person for advice. Again, that's the Nancy. See? A thug don't always want a thug ass give me the thug answer, because we both chest out. One of us got to deflate. And when you deflate, you give yourself time to grow. That's the thing. Your craft or what you participated in life just molded you for what you are now. But who knows when the rain came, tears, the pain came, tears, the disappointment, tears, to where now you figured out, you know me, let me learn how to get this off with jokes. And in the midst of you telling jokes, you figure something out. I ain't as bad as they said I was. I ain't as they said I was. And the more you started scaling off the skin, you started realizing it's your charity that God put in you, inside the womb, as I said earlier. See, in that wound, he knew exactly what you was going to be, what you was going to go through, how he was going to use you, when he wasn't going to use you, when he was going to make you bump your head. He knew all of this. You didn't. So things you questioned, he knew about. And the moment you stopped questioning God, the moment it turned around for you. We all done it. We all say, oh God. Oh God. Why me?
Mm-hmm.
Why not you?
That's right.
Why not let me work my magic on you, so then you throw your line out, then you get everybody else. But from 1 to 39, you struggle. You struggle.
Yeah.
Your wife watch you give out and say, hey, why you doing that? It's oftentimes the person that you lay down with is the one that's, and that's the hardest shit you got to come to grips with.
Yeah.
It is you that I have said I love, but you ain't involved in what I do. And that's the hurtful shit that men got to go through.
Oh, yeah.
See, it's the hurt that dragged you. And when you figured out, I don't gotta keep going through this like this, then you made the proper changes. And when you realize, oh, I failed it. My scab ain't bleeding. Dust that off. You fell again and realize my scab ain't bleeding. But you're not realizing God says, I have provided you this highway.
Yeah.
And on this highway, I've asked of you to take certain steps. On your own highway, there's a rest area. When do you get off to say, I can't take you with me? Even though I say I love you, I can't take you with me. Because when you close your eyes, how many times have the thought came into your mind that it is her causing me this unbalanceness? Or whomever it may have been standing in there. Because at some point, you realize, hey man, I'm nice with a haircut. I'm nice without a haircut. You cold when you put in your mind I'm cold. You hot when you want to be hot. And through all the things and people you were seeing that you go being a social worker, that's a hard ass craft. Because you're dealing with other people's affairs in life.
That's right. Yeah.
How do you take your life and put it on hold to help you with your life? That's what you got to think about. How many times have I turned the combination and I didn't open the lock? But I knew the number. Ain't that something to think about? You turning the combination, but you know the number, but the lock still don't open. And how many times you damn man, I'm losing my mind. Just think. How many times I could not open my own lock, and I know the number. Something to think about, ain't it?
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Do you do a lot of shows in this area?
No, sir. No, sir. Bronx, Brooklyn. I'm getting Queens. And I'm Harlem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just trying to get out there, right?
Yeah, that exposure and stuff. My camera turned off for some reason. I just want to turn it back on. What's it called? 59-1913.
Change that while we are there. But true. Still up there. It's good.
Yeah, just press the red button.
Go over there.
Thank you, brother.
But yeah. So, Dan. So what's the last show you did? Like, how often do you do shows, basically? If the listeners wanted to come see you, how could they find you and where would it be?
Well, Monday I'm doing a show at Harlem Nights. It's in Manhattan. And that's on 130, between 138th and 139th Street. No, between 139th and 140th Street on 6th Avenue. 7th Avenue, excuse me. And that's Monday. And then right afterwards, I'm going to the Shrine. The Shrine is right down the block, and that's about on 135th Street. And that starts at 8:30. So the first show starts at 5:30. Next show starts at 8:30. So then there's another show also in Harlem. So I try to do at least 7 shows a week. That's my goal.
Okay. I don't know. You put it in work.
I don't always make it there. Sometimes I'm doing 4, sometimes I'm doing 3. Because, I don't know, something about our people, especially about black men, so that's why when you offered me the opportunity, I said, Dad, that's in Connecticut. I'm in New York, but I'm like, yo, I'm there. Because when the opportunity hits, you gotta go to the door. And something about our people, we heard about the crabs in the barrel syndrome, we know that, but something about our people, and I know a lot of that comes from slavery, that post-traumatic slave disorder. Mm-hmm. We don't want to reach across, and it's not about reaching down, but reach across to help somebody. Because you was starting off as a comedian once, right? So didn't you get help? But some people, they forget, they really get amnesia. And that's one of the things that I'm never going to do. In terms of, I know, listen, this is what you want to do? Let's see how we can help. Let's build some bridges. Let's break down some walls.
Okay. Do you have some footage? Do you normally keep footage of your shows?
Yes.
You got your own website or anything where if anybody wanted to see all of your footage together, or is it like a YouTube you got it together, or mostly just IG?
Mostly just IG. I'm working on a YouTube channel. So basically, I'm watching my shows, see what I do, and creating a comedy channel, a comedy network, where I want to build with other comedians. Somebody one time told me something, nothing happens good without collaboration. So I could do a lot of things, but no man is an island. So watch my footage. People can watch me on IG. I try to do at least 3 IGs a week. So, and that's just strictly on comedy. Then I do something else, which is about destination to wellness. It's about mental health, wellness.
So you kind of combine it together.
Yes.
So it's that's like a niche, right? Like a wellness comedian.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like a vegan comedian. Well, not vegan, but a health conscious comedian.
Yeah, well, that's unique because I'll have another show also that's dealing with mental health and domestic violence. And my co-host on that show is Melvin Jackson Jr., who played in Wire and played the bully on Everybody Hates Chris.
Okay.
Played Curtis Blow in the Curtis Blow's story. So
Curtis Blow, you taking it back?
Yeah, well,
digging in the crates.
Yeah, what it is that so many of us don't like to talk about mental health, and it's the bridge that is really hurting us because it isn't the stuff that you see now that affected you. It's the stuff that you went through as a child that's affected you, and you don't know how to get away from it.
Yeah.
And then that alone makes you a monster in your own way. Because in somebody's mind, you're a liar. Somebody's mind, they love you. In somebody's mind, but that's from a person not knowing who you are. See, when a person gets to know who you are, it oftentimes shows a different sense of what you've been through. You don't have to talk to a person for 10 years for them to realize he done been through some real shit.
Unfortunately, trauma has no end date, and so many of our people that we walk right by that we look at, we don't realize, wow, they've been through some stuff. She's been through some stuff, and how she's dealing with it, how she's coping with it, how is he handling it, and it's sad. And like you said, mental health, I don't believe, in my opinion, is getting enough attention. Men don't talk about it enough, especially black men. Men, there was a book years ago called Men Cry in the Dark. I think men cry in the daytime too, unfortunately, and we just don't talk about it because we're conditioned from even when we're young. Oh, don't cry, man up, be tough. And where I think when you cry, it's very therapeutic. Unfortunately, society has pictured us in such a way and pigeonholed us in such a way.
To where it makes you feel like you're a sissy
Yeah, you're
if you cry.
Yeah.
But my grandmother taught me the most toughest and sharpest man is a man that don't mind crying. You know why? You don't hold that waste of water inside you. See? Water is waste.
Yes, sir.
And how do you get rid of waste? You get up in the morning, you do what? Urinate. But if you don't urinate, you do this. And if you've been told to take that and put that on mute or dry ice, it's sometimes hard for you to do this in the morning. You know why? Because you're holding so much bacteria of water in you to where it's dying to get out.
And it's almost what's in must come out. It's almost like what goes up
has to come down.
Yeah.
It has to come down. But I could do this for a long time and I could talk this old hot, da-da-da-da-da. But I know and I believe that you are funny.
I got a few jokes.
Well, I believe you're funny. And I never heard you. Because since I've been speaking to you, you look me eye to eye, even through glasses. So your attention is here. And something that was said to you did this to you. Because you once was cold. And now you just as warm. See?
Yeah, man, I thought you was trying to freeze a brother in here.
Yeah.
My hoodie, I said, oh, man. I said, dang, we in Europe?
But again, man, I appreciate the beauty that, again, you allow your humble spirit to be at the table.
I appreciate you. I appreciate this whole venue, this space. And I didn't appreciate those 2 hours driving up here, but it's all good. It's all good. But
it's all good. What's going to turn around and help you is the 2 hours that you invested. True is going to put you in a spot to where you say, that was a well-deserved journey. Because we got people that can help you. I know people in New York that really do the circuit. I could put you on the show tomorrow. I know you're like, damn, no joke, kind of bold. I'm telling you some real shiggity. And what I'm going to do is show you. And then I'm going to always remember the 1 through 39 walk. Yeah. See? That's what I'm going to always remember. The 1 through 39. And then that 1 through 39, you set in your car, you put gas in your car, and you say, I'm going I-95 to New Haven, Connecticut. What's there? I have no clue. But one of the best things about life, God said you don't know the girl that you got until you go down there. Because what she smell like up here, she don't smell like down there.
Because not everything that looks good tastes good.
I'm just telling you the shake it is. Huh?
Take the shades off when you say that.
Huh? Let me take them off. What she smells like up here, she don't smell like down there.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
So what I'm saying to you is when you make decisions and you make moves, it oftentimes affect you, but it leave a stench under your nose. You can do this and remember Becky, Sue, but the stench is still here. And it's easy to get to here. It ain't so much of what you did to me. It's the stench that you left on me. Just remember that. The stench. And you know in your mind, whomever I was with, they all had a different smell. But you know the smell that, you know the first one that broke your heart.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
See that? See that look? See? See? The stench. But the moment you realize and you replace the to something, it's like, what am I chasing? What am I really chasing? In life. Jokes is something I created to have as a mechanism. And you knowing that I may be able to help somebody that's really down on their luck with one word.
That's right. That's right.
One word formulated out of an alphabetical system that only have 26 alphabets. And you put the words together. Because if I say the word A-N-D to you, you know that as what? And.
That's right.
But if I flip it around and spell it backwards, what did I say?
Maybe Dan.
D-N-A.
Oh, DNA, okay.
See that? Yeah. Stay with me now.
Yeah, okay.
Because now everybody say to you, and what? Without checking your DNA. See?
Okay.
See? Just from the simple word and allows me to know what's your DNA, what you like, what you made of, but we just use 3 little letters from the alphabet. But those 3 little letters mean so much when it gets to who are you? Because you are determined by your what? DNA. If you get in a car crash and you burn up, God forbid, they're checking what? Your DNA. They're checking these, your fingertips.
True.
So that's what got to be that mold and matter to say, hey, this is what I got to forever remember. It's my DNA that caused her to love me.
I thought it was my cologne.
See? That's the thing. It ain't the cologne. Don't think that. God gave you, it's like a flower. But if the same person had on the same cologne, what's the difference? Because don't you think you're the only joker that got that cologne? I want you to have my natural aura smell. And that's my DNA. I can't mask my DNA with a scent to get you to do like this. See, you chase ooh, and that throws you off the course. So instead of making sense, you chasing sense. See that? You see that? Instead of making sense, you chasing sense. And when it don't work, what happens? No sense means I ain't made a dime. It becomes nonsense. You see it?
Yes.
No sense become nonsense. So now here you are running around defending to protect what? Something that don't even make sense to you here. So it's kind of like the simplicity rule. Again, we all got grandmothers. at some point, you all had your grandmother to say, sit down, tuck your shirt in, this is... And if you remember those little golden rules, you'll find that golden girl like grandma. And grandma, no matter what you did, whether right or wrong, she never said you was in error. Even if you was in error. Because she knew the golden rule. I'm not going to be the one that tell him he ain't shit. I'm going to show him he is something. Because everybody else look at you, they ain't shit. That nigga ain't shit. He tell jokes. You don't know when he telling the truth. But again, when the combination is being turned, and you forget to know that you know, just think of how many people forget what you said to them. In the sense of a joke. Something to think about, eh? Yeah. Just think about it. Yeah. If I was to go home and ask my wife or ask my girlfriend, if that's your lady, ask her one day, what's your purpose in my life? Your purpose in my life. See? Shit got you thinking, don't it? Big question. Got you thinking. But if you don't ask nobody, what is your purpose? How do you know what you're pointing at? What's your end game? What's your end game? You gotta have an end game. Where do we go from here? Shit dirty here. Shit dirty here. Shit dirty over here. How do we clean up this dirty shit? To make it clean here. Well, my boy done went and grabbed the microphone. And I believe, like I said, you was funny. So what we're going to do, you're going to perform. We're going to record your performance. And we're going to put it on our TV outlet, which is Indie Black Films. And what we're going to do is, I don't know if you got a manager, but there's something about you. I'm going to give you a little bit about me. I manage Keith Murray, Ron Browns, Chris Payne, Phil Blunt. I'm into music. Been around the world. I know about the stench. My wife is in the corner. I may be cool to people, but to her I'm crazy. Because I do. She see me do what you do. I cater to the homeless. Let me take this off. This is a golden moment for whatever with the candle. I cater to the homeless. And I found it unique that a homeless person has no problem telling you the truth. And you know what the truth is? I'll stand here with this sign. And if you ever read the sign, he homeless, but that son of a bitch can read and write and spell, because ain't no word out of formation. I will work for food. How many of your homeboys that you can say peace or hi to, and he'll look you dead in the eyes and tell you, I'm doing good, and go behind that door and think of a plot to steal, rob, or kill? From you said you doing good. So I'm going to show you the word good before I let you get great. The word good means go odd. G-O-O-D. How many times have you went odd thinking you was good? Then how the hell do you get even? See? How do I get even if I've been going odd all my life? Thinking I'm good. Thinking I'm good. It split in half means go odd. When will I get even? Or will you see me in the evening? See? So all your jokes is told at night, in the evening, while you making other people feel good, really getting off of going to going home feeling great.
Going on is not necessarily, well, I don't want to use the word bad, but it's a different thing. Because going odd, you're different, you're peculiar, but that doesn't mean you're out of the ordinary. And sometimes out of the ordinary people that are labeled odd in society are some of the most special, unique people that can do, wonderful things. The story has been said that when Barack Obama told somebody, and I'm just using him as an example. I'm not a fan of Barack Obama. I'm just saying, in terms of, he said, "I'm going to run for president." People laughed at him. Oh, he run for president? What are you talking about? He run for president? But he ran for president and won.
Let me stop you right there. He ran, but we helped him win.
Oh yes.
So let's not make this mistake.
That's correct.
Because whether you realize it or not, Good Brother did a whole bunch of underhanded stuff towards us. When you really dig into the file cabinet, he did a lot towards us. And I hate to say it. It had to become a time which the us seen us, but us wasn't really for us. Us was for the political changes that we can't grab and get on hold to. But it was us who went out as entertainers. It was us who went out as to help in numbers that was
oh yes.
Landslide. But what we forgot, and he forgot, what about us that has been wrong along this journey? They send more money overseas than in town.
Oh yes.
So they didn't value us. What's in there now don't value us. We ain't gonna be valued until us look at us to say we gotta do it for us. Until then, unemployment stop. You lazy. We busy right now. See? But that goes to show you the world listening. So they talking my talk. But I ain't gonna hold you up because I feel I got that generator working in you now. And normally my partner Ant doing the 1-2 really, but it was just something about you, man, and you got a beautiful spirit, brother.
Thank you.
You got a beautiful spirit. No matter what you've been through, God made you perfect in His eyes.
Thank you.
And no matter what no one says, it is God that gives you the ability to do what you do. But He said, I will test you in your going and coming to see if you are sincere to me. Not to your wife, not to your kids, but to me, who have given you the ability to smell and reason.
That's facts. That's true.
Again, my brother, there's the mic. If you want to go over there in front of that sign right here, you may want to take your. We got a camera guy there that will assist you, and we're gonna let you pop your pistol. And at this time, what you want me to do? Do we close the show? Do we do what you want to do?
We got one more pitch, and then somebody said they were showing up, but I ain't gonna do it. But we can just let him ride. Nigga Jay, you still there? Let's let him rock while he's setting up.
Yeah, just.
Hello. Yo, okay, so you on? The comedian right now is setting up right now. You our last pitcher right now. You live on the radio. State your name. What's up? What's up, man? What's up, man? I'm sorry you had to wait so long. You know, we were sitting there. We have a. Make sure you watching too, because our comedian's about to go live in like the next 3 minutes. I just want you to go ahead and get your rocks off. Go ahead and say whatever. Go ahead and say whatever. Go ahead and say your pitch, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Clean fella. I need a pee then. I'm gonna sip some. I'm gonna sip for some of that urine in the cup.
Yeah. Nah, man. That sounds like a plan. So you looking to pitch that right there? That's the story. All right, man. All right, so tell a little bit about. I guess just say a little bit about what you actually. Go ahead and say a little bit about why somebody should pick it.
Because it's real, you know what I'm saying? It's based on a true story. It's actually about me. And I mean, anybody can adapt to this. Everybody wants to know where they really come from. How they want to know their real abilities. And the only way you can know your real abilities is to know your past.
Okay, yeah.
Turn on the microphone. Mic check. I told you I've been
Yeah.
live. When we say how you bring it on. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Because ain't nobody put nothing out like that, man. I mean, you haven't heard nothing like that since Tupac.
It's gonna be
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Nah, I totally feel you. All right, man. Look. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead, look for me as soon as we get off. I'll announce the winner tonight. But I think you know me. We'll talk about it later anyway, regardless.
Whoa.
But we'll announce the winner. Yeah. So as soon as when I'm on the way back, I gotta slide back around the way. I'll let you know. So you go ahead, be safe, and again, I'm gonna hit you and we're gonna announce the winners tonight. We're gonna let this the comedian go ahead and get started. Okay.
2 hours and 30 minutes on the GPS. You know when you're traveling hard, brother, back in the day when I used to travel, I traveled with some good coochie. From that good pussy, when you travel miles and miles and you're gonna get there and you just can't wait to get up in there. You know what I mean, man. You know what I mean. You in there? Ladies, they want that good. Come on. I bet you know, y'all used to travel.
Yeah, exactly.
Take two trains, a bus.
I've seen myself in New York, like you said, all of the news that answer for me. Yeah, okay. Look, good job, man. Look, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, I'm gonna touch base with you tonight as soon as and everybody. As soon as we announce it, I'll go ahead and shoot you the text and show the winner. But I got you. I think I'm glad you did that though. All right, man. That's a bet. Yeah, that's a bet, man. All right, be safe. I'm gonna talk to you soon. Tonight. All right. Play this nigga. Hear him? So let him hear that nigga. Cut him off after that.
You better be careful getting these things. I have a cousin. My cousin.
Nigga, this
he met a she. She turned out to be a he. He turned out to be bigger than me. I can't figure it out. You know what? Y'all ladies, y'all like a sensitive man, right? Y'all like man after Yay! But what happens when that sensitive man goes to the door and somebody's trying to rob him? You want to be sensitive, right? Nah, throw away that sensitivity. You gotta get up there and be like, yo, what's up? Trying to rob my house? Yeah. You gotta be careful these days. Just be careful. The other day I was crossing the street and I got hit. I got hit by some toxic crap. Yeah. I'd rather get hit by a car. But this lady didn't have a mask on. And I'm ready to kick you like Jackie Chan.
I said you can rock it after
You ever see somebody
I
that looks good from afar, and when you get up close, they're far from good? Yeah, you been there? Yeah. I used to date a young lady by the name of Celibate. Yeah, her name was Celibate. And I thought we was good. Then I found out that she was selling a bit here, she was selling a bit there. It's like, damn. But you know, I don't care, y'all. I don't care if you game. I don't care if you're on your way. It's okay. I don't care if you buy. Just give me a try. You know, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. You know, 8 to 80, black people are crazy. I don't discriminate. Come on. Yeah, it's just run around here dating these days. All that computer dating. But I got something I want to help y'all with. Before the night's over, I got something I'm going to help you ladies with. Those that are listening, those that are watching, I'm going to help you out. I promise. We got something. Some of y'all been on that computer dating, right? They on the computer. You know, you see somebody in there. Well, you know, you've been catfish, right? You know, you see the person. But you've been looking at their baby pictures, right? They're showing you their baby pictures. You really good to see them. They look like your grandpa, grandma. Yeah. This comedy is challenging. People tell me, yo, somebody's stealing my joke. I'm like, yo, you can steal my jokes. It's okay. You're all recycled. You can steal my jokes. You can steal my jokes. You can steal my food. But you can't steal my food. My lady cannot steal my lady. You know, I'm not going to trade her in. You good. You know, some of these ladies you want to trade them in. You know, right? You don't want to trade them in. You know, but I'm going to treat my lady around. Yeah. So, ladies, I got something. If your plan A is not working for you, because we all, you know, met somebody before in life and we got a plan A. But when your plan A is not working for you, guess what? I got something that you're going to need. Straight from New York, I got right here. Yeah. I got a plan B for you, all right? Every lady needs a plan B. You know. It's like that morning thing, right? But all jokes aside, plan A, plan B, you know, but whoever you with, you know, stay with somebody that's good, that's going to take care of you. Because, you know, it's hard to find a good man out here. Just be who you are. Be transparent. You know? And that's the trouble with the world these days. Nobody wants to be transparent. Everybody faking it. You know? Faking it. Fake your orgasm, right? You know, faking it, right? Acting like it's a race. Did you come? Did you come? Did you come? Did you come? Who cares? Who cares? You know? Who cares? As long as you come. If anything, you know, just join the masturbation generation. Everybody comes to the masturbation generation, right? Everybody comes. Hands may get a little sticky. You know? Hey, you know what? Around COVID time, the toys, nobody used to be buying toys for children around that time. But the women was buying a lot of toys, right? No more toys for us. It was just toys in us. Oh, yeah, toys in us. Hey, ladies, yeah, it was making a lot of money at the store, right? Yeah. But I did say ladies, I was going to help you. So want to stop your man from cheating? Ladies, you really want to stop your man from cheating? If you want to stop your man from cheating, catch my next show. Monday in New York at Harlem Nights. That's my next show, and I'll tell you how to stop the man from cheating. Peace.
Now,